recorded in front of a live studio audience in Los Angeles, California.
Aren't you a little old for toys?
I'm not old. I'm a wrestling guy. And at the wrestling guy store, you can be too.
Are you buying this for you too?
No, I'm buying it for me, because I'm a wrestling guy. And at the wrestling guy store, you can be too.
Aren't toys for kids?
I'm not a kid. I'm a wrestling guy. And at the wrestling guy store, you can be too. We are all wrestling guys. And at the wrestling guy store, you can be too.
The Wrestling Guy Store, located at 6085 State Street, Huntington Park, California, just 5 miles west of the Commerce Casino.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Les habla Penta, el Cero Miedo, para mandar un saludo a mis amigos de Circle of Debate, en el número 1 podcast, y ya saben, puro cero.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to part 2 of episode 50 here on Circle of Debate podcast. Hope you enjoyed our sponsorship. Of course, the Wrestling Guy Store. Do not forget to shop there. And do not forget they're having upcoming events that are coming up. Make sure you visit it. The description is right below, where the location is, the phone number, the websites where you can purchase best pro wrestling merchandise at the Wrestling Guy Store, and upcoming meet and greets events they'll be having, which, you know, you'll be hearing from us soon in regards to that. I want to go ahead and jump in. Oh my God, I forgot. Yeah, he's no longer the callus. He's a cap callus with the shower cap.
All cap.
He's all capped up.
All cap. Don all cap.
Don all
shower cap.
Shower cap. That's right. And I also want to thank our audio platforms, subscribers and our listeners on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Podbean and obviously the rest of the remaining ones. Yeah, we're all over. Now we have viewers from India. We have viewers in India. Thank you so much, India.
I guess you could say, we're worldwide.
Worldwide. Namaste. You guys.
That's right. That's right. Oh my God. Well, yes. Let's jump in now very briefly to New Japan very quick. Since I was missing Mr. Don Calles last week. I mean, I had to talk about him myself, but I'm not going to bring up what happened last week. I want to bring up what happened this week. I wanted to bring up more of, remember, Jon Moxley, the IWGP US champion, called out Yuji Nagata, and now Nagata answered. You calling me out? Oh man, you think your promos and everything what you do, I'll accept your challenge. So I'm looking forward. That means Nagata's coming to the States. I don't see Moxley going to Japan unless with this hiatus in AEW, that means that he will go to Japan. That's a maybe. I have no idea, but I am looking forward to seeing that. So, Mr. Don Calles, are you looking forward to seeing that match coming up?
Yuji Nagata is a longtime veteran. He actually has more like that old school style with the, that bridging suplex pin. That's such a big thing in New Japan. In Japan in general, tiger suplex, German suplex pin. For some reason, that's still, I know, it doesn't look that impressive, but in real life, that thing, of course, it's you try doing that bridge, so you're going to get some old school wrestling. Yeah,
that's going to be a shoot wrestling right there. I'll tell you that.
Old school
right there.
The King's Road to your butthole. You talking about All Japan King's Road. That's the King's Road right up your... they talk about shoving your foot up your ass. There's a foot going right up your... There's a foot going right up your ass. That's where the King's Road is the foot up your ass. That's what it is.
Definitely. And I'm obviously, as right now, we are basically on the road to Dontaku. So we're on that road already. I mean, it's been going great the couple nights. But I don't want to really touch on it too much because it's the same repetitive matches that that is constantly main eventing, like LIJ versus the Empire,
the six mans.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, I see night 1 and 2. It was actually not bad at all. So it was really intriguing. And then for Kenta to have, the show stick. So I was like, okay, I see where this is going already. And then with, well, I know, yeah, I'm sorry, you had Yoshihashi stick. My apologies. And then you have then Yo and Sho. I want to give a shout out to Lewis Carlin from Alliance Network, which hopefully Matt will join me on that one soon. We'll do a collaboration with him. Speaking about New Japan coming up, because he's a huge New Japan fan, so I always collide with him. So we might have a collaboration with him pretty soon. But looks like we are going to see a breakup of the boy band. I think someone's going to go heel on that. Do you agree with that or not? Now that Show's going to get he's going to get his title shot. I mean, against El Desperado coming up. So I mean, who do you see going heel?
El Desperado is so cool, so underrated. But I know they're teasing heel turns, but I think it's just whoever's the more charismatic, I guess, should be the heel in that situation. So I mean, I've seen Show's look; he has a very intense look. So it's a time for him to grow and build a new star out of him. Because I mean, we remember, I think about Naito and Yujiro when they were No Limit. So who knows who's the Naito out of the two? Who's the Finn Balor out of the two? I mean, it's cool seeing these tag teams break up and launch a great single star through them. Mm-hmm. Show is pretty intense. Who knows what he's gonna be like? He could take the title off Ospreay within a year and a half.
I see Show going heel. I mean, I don't know about Yo. I don't know about Yo going heel because Yo is the one getting a title shot. But I don't know. Something tells me that Show might go heel on this one.
And that's his time to departure.
Yeah, it's about that time because Show deserves to be singles, and he has been pinning competitive matches. I don't know. That was a tough call. We have to talk about that coming up in a couple of weeks for that. That's for sure. And also want to touch base tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Final Four of the New Japan J Cup USA is happening tonight on NewJapanWorld.com. Make sure you subscribe because
that belt is so beautiful.
That bit, yes, I love it.
I like that. I really like that belt because it's actually kind of similar to the old belt that Vader used and Hogan and Inoki, but it's like a more modern, updated version of the old New Japan belt.
Definitely. Yes, the Final Four, we will have Leo Rush versus Brody King, and then Filthy Tom Lawler versus Hikuleo. Who will make it to the finals?
I like all of them except for Hikuleo.
I'll be a shocker if Hikuleo wins.
I don't know.
I chose two people last week. I chose Clark Connors or Brody King. At least Brody King is already there. So I mean, I don't know. Could we see Leo Rush having another title again?
Yeah, he does well. Hikuleo that guy's not getting good. I don't know.
And I just want to say that the preview, from the beginning last week, man, fantastic matches, all the above, man. If you missed it out, make sure you subscribe to NewJapanWorld.com and subscribe to that. Catch all the New Japan Pro Wrestling you don't not want to miss. We're trying to convince Mike here. Since he already quit WWE, which this is his
come to New Japan.
This is episode 50, last time that you will hear the Money Mike, the King of Sting, the man with the plan, talking about WWE ever in his life. Unless unless CM Punk shows up, then he'll start talking.
Yes, so CM Punk needs to show up in WWE for me to get back interested in it. Them letting a lot of people go does not help. That's not to say I'm never gonna watch it ever again. I mean, WrestleMania in 2 years in Hollywood, Inglewood.
Inglewood.
Inglewood is always up to no good. So that's where I want to be.
Kurt Inglewood.
What do you mean? We grew up in the hood, so that means that we know good.
You put him in an ankle lock if you're in Inglewood. Kurt Englewood. Kurt Englewood, it's true.
Go.
It's damn true.
It's damn true.
It's damn true.
Damn real.
Damn real.
It's damn real.
But yes, so I New Japan is calling. And who knows? I just might respond.
Ooh. You know what? I actually even have more callings for you guys. So I have a recommended viewing for everyone, especially. So there's this YouTube channel, Joseph Montesio, and he's got a whole series on Kings Road Wrestling of New Japan, and it's like every episode's a documentary on all the rivalries and feuds, starting from 1988 until modern day, and the episodes are still coming out. So you get to really learn about Mitsuharu Misawa when he was Tiger Mask 2, and throughout his whole young career, you know. And just to put it into context, there were people bringing signs to Attitude Era WWF saying Stone Cold fears Misawa. You know, there was a lot of stuff like that. So, you know, rest in peace, Mitsuharu Misawa. That's not a spoiler. You know, he's one of the few wrestlers to actually pass away in the ring. Rest in peace to the great Misawa. But he's somebody, a wrestler that everyone should check out. You know, even Eddie Kingston, he was wearing green pants in honor of Mitsuharu Misawa, the founder of Pro Wrestling Noah and All Japan Wrestling legend. So definitely check that out. You know,
there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. You pretty soon, Circle Debate will be having a class of New Japan, courtesy of hosted by Mr. MGC himself. He'll be hosting that. So
Mitsuharu Misawa from Kings Road Wrestling in All Japan. Walking the Kings Road, episode 1 to episode 13 is out so far. So wow. There's a lot.
There's a lot to learn. Money Mike.
Absolutely. Yeah, sign me up.
There you go. Now let's move on, ladies and gentlemen, to now we can finally cover WrestleMania.
With the audiences are back.
It was a night one we're covering right now, an emotional night. I think it goes for all of us as fans as well, because we haven't seen the fans in a long time. 25,000 people just right in attendance. Very historic. Yes, it was delayed because of the rain. But I like the fact that, you know, Vince came out and actually said, yeah, to welcome everybody. And I'll give you at least that, Vinny. You know, I'll give you that. Papa
Welcome back. There we go.
Yeah, you know, I'll give Vinny that at least. He at least did that, had the balls to show his face and thank everyone. But yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. But thank you for having the fans back. But yes, the opening match. I don't want to go to everyone's, not to every detail. I'll try to make it short as possible. But I'm going to name the list of matches and the results. Lashley defeating McIntyre. Natalya and Tamina winning that tag team turmoil, getting their shots, the night 2. Cesaro beating Rollins. AJ becoming a Grand Slam champion. That's right, baby, for winning the Raw tag team champions was almost against the New Day. Then we see Braun becoming the U.S. champion, defeating Riddle. Bad Bunny, Damian Priest defeating The Miz and Morrison. And the main event, Bianca and Sasha. Now, I want to save that one for last minute for us to talk about, but I want to hear you guys' thoughts overall about those matches that I mentioned and break it down to me on each one of what you enjoyed. So I will start off with, I want to hear MGC. Talk to me, baby. Start off with the Lashley Drew. You're on.
Lashley, okay, so watching WrestleMania from top to bottom, I had to sift through so many non-wrestling match things just to get to that match. I think it was like a whole... Was it like an hour and a half of interviews and recaps?
Almost like 45 minutes because it was the rain delay because, it was raining out there. So I know Vince was shitting bricks.
I just kept forwarding. I'm like, okay, did I miss a match now? No match. Did I miss a match now? No match. And I'm like, did I miss it? Okay. And finally I get to like McIntyre and Lashley's entrance. Wow. It's like it's like 2 hours. I had to forward through just to get to that almost. So,
oh my God.
And he came out with this guy, I gotta say it's pretty good. Very high energy, and I guess it wasn't the gimmick wasn't as blatant as I thought it would be. So, but it was fun overall, So
All right. Natalia Tamina winning the tag team tournament.
I caught some of it. I'll just say pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cesaro and Rollins.
Okay, Cesaro. He didn't look how I expected him to. Like I had a whole different like memory of Cesaro. He's got those like yellow pants. I'm like, who is this guy? He's got like a whole different way of movement. I don't. Did he look skinnier to me, you guys? Like he looks skinnier with those shorts with the yellow on them. You know,
He looks like he lost a lot of weight. I think he toned
Yeah.
up a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's got a different. Those shorts just. I'm used to like the regular wrestling trunks in the black with Cesaro. You know, seeing those yellows, like wow, it's a whole different type of guy going up against. You know, going up against Seth. But the 23 swings at the end. 22, 23. I thought they were going for like a full 30 or even numbers. I was kind of laughing at that. It's like 23 and then the finishing move. You know, it's like a package. It's like a, you know, it's like a Gotch driver, except you lay him flat instead.
Yeah.
So for the pin, and you know, then it goes over. So yeah, that one was pretty enjoyable.
All right. AJ almost.
AJ, that dude's humongous. That's like one of the, that's a pretty funny, like I get reminded of like Jericho and Big Show, but this one's like this one's like this is like one of the funniest looking tag teams I've ever seen. That dude's like, the heck. It's like it's like the super ninja and the giant robot. Like what? But yeah, pretty fun match. You know, I gotta say with that one.
I don't think this one will not interest you, but I'm gonna mention it anyways. Just if you want to pass, just say it. Braun Strowman, Shane McMahon, Cage.
I know I actually caught a lot of it. I actually this is probably one I actually watched. Like this will surprise you. I caught the most of this one because you know, like Shane. Like I remember when he was just doing like top rope elbows and stuff like that. But like how he cheats and like I was thinking of how he was facing the Big Show with the chloroform. Using chloroform on the Big Show and stuff like that. So I was wondering if he was gonna pull some shit like that, like other weapons, and you know, and I like listening to his theme. So him and Braun were pretty. I was wondering if Braun Strowman was purposely like slowly trying to punch him just to allow Shane to get those quick punches in or whatever. It was like, all right, I'm gonna fight you back. I'm bigger, but I'm gonna purposely fight slower. And then the throwing Shane off the cage, you know, I thought he was gonna do like a moonsault or something, or a senton, something off the top. But
he did a whisper in the wind, baby. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just is like he just threw Shane. He yeeted Shane off the cage, and there you go. There's the match. Just. Like I wonder, like if he golf balled, like that'd be. I really want to see like somebody get rolled up in a ball, like them in the fetal position, and then like him take like a giant like golf club, and then just like Shane McMahon into the ring.
I just like just you were saying that, I was like, this is where the moment that he knew he fucked up. just landing and just
It's like Braun Strowman golf, except it's like all small wrestlers. And I'm a McMahon. You're a golf ball.
You're a golf ball, bro. Bad Bunny, Damian Priest.
It's like Bugs Bunny, you know, with the how Jim Cornette's like, this isn't a good show for music lovers, he said. But you don't know, Bad Bunny was selling a lot. He was getting a lot of punishment, you know, getting a lot of like hits to the chest and being held up, you know, and the Miz and Johnny Morrison, you know, with their musical number at the beginning. This was pretty surprising in and of itself, you know. I actually want to see Bad Bunny do some more, like if Bad Bunny takes like wrestling like seriously for a year, I'm gonna be like that. If it surpasses like David Arquette and he's like was like, I kind of want to see freaking. They might as well bring in like Dead Mouse and all the trendy like musicians. Like if I see Dead Mouse and DJ Marshmello get like choke slammed, in the coming weeks, or whoever, get all your trendy freaking what's his name? It's like all the music I don't listen to. I wouldn't mind seeing them in the ring. It's like I won't listen to your music, but I'd love to see you get suplexed. So or suplex somebody. That's like a better use. DJ Khaled, he'll be like next week. DJ Khaled versus Braun Strowman.
But I want to give a shout out to August Artois, our one of our guests that was on the show. August Artois played one of the bunnies. Yeah. August Artois. So
all the bunnies that came out, so many of them.
Played one of them. So we congratulations to August Artois.
C'est ton bon is what I'll say to you.
We will be having him back soon on the show because he's real, he's raw, he is August Artois. Artois. All right, Money Mike, start it off. Lashley Drew.
So I have an interesting story, or my WrestleMania Sunday was a little out of the ordinary. So I missed that when it had happened because I had gone to a signing with Pentagon. So I was like, man, yeah, Cero Miedo. Shout out to Penta. Awesome dude. So I missed the first two matches. And on the drive back home, I was thinking to myself, man, I missed most of WrestleMania already. But little did I know that all this time was being spent on interviews and delays and stuff like that. So good thing I didn't miss much, right? However, I did get to watch the match itself just yesterday, I think. And yes, I already knew the result by then, but it was great to see Lashley win. I would have been slightly disappointed if Drew McIntyre would have won, but I would have understood because he didn't get his proper WrestleMania moment last year, right?
Right.
But like I said last week, I think it was, that everybody has their year. Last year was McIntyre's year. This year is Bobby Lashley's year. And the right guy won. So thumbs up on that. Thumbs up. Yes.
Natty Tamina.
It's a shame that this win did not go anywhere. I would have wanted a similar result for night 2 for them. So I'll leave it at that. And we got a good moment with Mandy Rose slipping.
And don't forget Dana Brooks.
I actually did not catch that.
You gotta go back and see it. Well, Peacock already deleted that shit. But if you, she had a, yep. I said it way earlier. I said it. I was telling the missus, she has a mouth. Well, those outfits. I'm like, I don't know about that, man. That's like busting the Super Bowl or Janet Jackson type of move. Like someone's
bang,
and something's about to pop out, man. I don't know. Someone's about to pop, but yeah, that's what happened.
Behold.
It's good. Something's gonna pop out. It's gonna be me. I'm like the bra comes down. I'm like,
what's it?
It's me. It's me, guys. It snuck in.
It's a peekaboo to you, man.
Cesaro Rollins.
Interesting matchup. I'm glad that, and I'm aware that Cesaro and Rollins are friends in real life. So I'm glad that Cesaro got to have a WrestleMania moment, with his pal. And we haven't seen a Cesaro WrestleMania moment since WrestleMania 30.
Very true. When he threw Big Show, Paul White over the top and won the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. Everybody was excited for that. I was.
Yeah.
Cesaro's section was coming up at that time before, and it was exceeding more. But unfortunately, people don't see the brass ring. Who can get that brass ring? But that's another topic we'll talk about. AJ Omos.
Man, I know Omos is trying as much as anybody would, but I just his time in the ring took me out of the match. It was just, I'm trying to be nice here. He's got some training to do, but who else better than the phenomenal one to
Show him the ropes.
to show him the ropes. Yes.
Yeah, but don't you see like the David and Goliath story of this one, kind of like acting a go-go puncher? You got a big old guy, like, oh shit, this is like a tallest guy I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it does feel like a recycled storyline. We've seen this all the way back from
Great
Diesel
Khali from Diesel.
Oh yeah,
Giant Gonzalez, Great Khali. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I'm with you.
So,
But are you happy that AJ is now Grand Slam champion?
yeah, it's cool.
You're not happy about it. What do you mean you're not happy? What's up with that? Why are you not happy?
No, I did not say I'm not happy. I'm happy for him. Sure.
Okay,
that's
but
good for him.
But not the way he wanted. I'm pretty sure.
No, again, I'm all happy that he gets all the accomplishments in the world. I hope he walks out with 10 belts on his arms. I'm a little not cared. I don't care. Good for AJ. That's all.
Okay. Braun and Shane.
Oh my gosh, this match should have not taken place. Nope.
Hey, hold on. It's a golf match. Golf ball.
It was a golf match.
No. Why Shane McMahon gets these WrestleMania or matches with these bigger dudes? He had a freaking match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Shane McMahon. Jeez Louise. I don't know. I'm sorry, but out of the entire card, that's the one I like the least.
All right. Bad Bunny, Damian Priest.
Mr. Bunny, congratulations. You did well in your debut match at WrestleMania. He did well. I am not going to sit here and bash Bad Bunny unless it's about his music. Now, oye, Bad Bunny, si estás escuchando, te digo de que hiciste un buen trabajo. But here is the thing. The unsung heroes of this match, of his performance. Drew Gulak, Adam Pearce helped train this guy to get him ready. You got to give credit to them. And massive credit to Miz and Morrison for putting up with this dog and pony show or bunny show. Yes, Miz and Morrison made the best out of this. WWE champion, and then weeks later he is lying on the floor for a rapper. Congrats to Miz for a great job, and I'll leave it at that.
All right. I mean, you guys pretty much answered mine. I'll answer mine in part. There's one that I'll answer in part in night 2, what you mentioned earlier, Mike. And yes,
wait.
You know what? I'm gonna mention right now.
Bianca and
no, I'm talking about Natty Tamina. I want to mention one thing for the first time, and I'm very happy. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of happy for her. She finally got her WrestleMania moment. Tamina deserves that. You saw her pinning and winning night 1. She won. She cried because that was her moment. She never. And I love Natalya so much. This is why she is very underrated of what she does. I was really happy that Natalya was like, "Here, no, this is your moment. Get your ass up there and do that fucking, to your dad, the splash." And she did, and then she was so fucking happy, and I was happy for her as well. And damn, I'm getting the chills because that shit, two legendary, two daughters of a legendary, rest in paradise. Their souls are gone, but man, we'll talk about night 2, but that was really amazing. Really happy for those two. Cesaro, of course, I'm happy. AJ, I'm happy. Braun, that was a inner fucking loop session. Go take a piss, shit, whatever you gotta do. Go refill beer or something, or go, get some snacks out of the bar. Yeah, that was just. I'm sorry, that's what it is. Oh yeah, Lashley, Drew, loved it. Mike, remember last week we did say
Tell me.
the analogy, the theory that about the Herbert Princess breaking up because they wanted Lashley to be booed. Now I'm gonna ask both of you guys questions. Did he get booed? Yes or no?
Matt?
I kind of skimmed it.
Did Bobby Lashley get booed?
Okay. Now, here's the tricky part. For me, at least, maybe so many years of playing music live that my ears are screwed up. Yeah, I couldn't tell if WWE input any crowd reactions like they've been doing lately.
They do that.
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell if it was made a certain way. So I don't know if we got a true reaction.
I think because I paid attention to the crowd, it was a cheer for Lashley. Actually, it was not really.
I wouldn't
not
be
much, not enough booze for Lashley, just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad you put it right. I'm not gonna add anything what you said. This is his year, and by God, let him have it.
Yeah.
And Bad Bunny, yes. Kudos for what you mentioned earlier. I had nothing to add upon that. Great analogy, great observation, great review on that. Now I want to touch the main event of night one. This is the one that really got me teary, to be honest with you, because I'm not going to lie, I'm sitting here and I'm saying as a man, I did cry because this is something that we called, Mike and I, before, I think we even went Matt before weeks ago. This should be the main event. And it became the main event. And this changed the culture, the history, and the future of what's coming in professional wrestling, especially in the major promotions. But these two individuals, brought a tear to my eye. And I mean that literally, not as a joke. And I was glad to see that happening and Bianca Belair winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. Even though we just discussed in the league that there wasn't no story built up, but the match was intriguing, but the story was an issue. I get that, but this, I think, kind of ended all the way how this moment occurred. So I'm going to let Matt run this one. What are your thoughts?
I remember the entrances, how like intense they were, like, and just the I guess WrestleMania seemed like the right place for this kind of thing. So, it definitely fit. And Sasha, like her different hair colors, because I'm so used to her with the red, and whatnot. So it was just way different atmosphere than, and I'm kind of glad that they had everybody back for this though. So, there were some people that were just crying just because the audiences were back too. Like, so, regardless, either way, it's a triumph for all of us, not just, but yeah, it is special for Bianca Belair. So,
Money Mike.
I got some real Naomi vibes from Sasha Banks that night. I felt that the colors were kind of similar.
Yeah, she was. I'm not gonna lie, you're right.
But that's honestly, that's neither here nor there, because the match itself was very good. It was worthy of the main event. Zero doubt about that. Both women gave it their all, and man, Bianca Belair, she stepped up. It could be very easy, and I say this as someone that's been on stage in front of people. It's very easy to be nervous up there and to let that kind of get you, is to psych you out sometimes. But when you're in the front, or how Bianca did it, bright lights, main event, all that great stuff, her knowing that she was going to win, man, the moment that really struck me was as the match was beginning, you could see the emotion already. She was feeling it. She just couldn't control herself for that split second. And I want to say that's when I found out that she was going to win, but the truth is that I didn't, and that's what made this match great. I didn't know who was going to win, and they still were able to tell a great story. You hear that a lot in wrestling. Oh, they tell a story, this and that. I enjoyed the heck out of this story that both women put on. And yes, definitely worthy main event.
100%. Definitely. All right. Now let's jump to night 2. Obviously gives a breakdown. Randy defeated The Fiend. Nia Shayna retained against Tamina Natalia. KO defeated Sammy. And of course, someone got stuttered after that. Sheamus Riddle. Wow. Paulo Cruz Big E. Rhea Asuka. And then, of course, the main event, Roman Edge, Daniel Bryan. So going back to you, MGC, started off. Randy beating The Fiend.
That match, like that ending, I think about the ending where everybody just disappears, like no stains or nothing. And, Alexa Bliss, like with the stuff coming out of her face, like she's got like the black hat, the black crown with the dark juices. It's like that would be so funny if it was a coffee commercial. It's like Toll House coffee. Put it in your mouth and not on your face. It's like, is that hot chocolate or is that like black licorice soda? Like, Fiend was really fun. I like the noises he was making too. That was like him going,
Just say this very quickly.
There we go.
Somebody caught that, right? Everybody caught that, right? What do you do? That's right.
Brody Lee.
Yeah.
A little bit of the Brody Lee for his brother, good old Brody.
Yes.
And in addition to that, just like the corner thing where he has his head upside down, But I guess like the special thing about the Fiend is like those noises. I love those noises. There's something like I like it when a wrestler works differently and just doesn't make the same old, it's just like a suplex, whip him into the corner, like I like that there's a different body language and a whole different, like even the intro of the ring, the Jack in the Box, and he could have come out with the Jack in the Box, couple Jack in the Box hamburgers,
I just wish that Cole could have got it right instead of just saying box. It's a fucking Jack in the Box, Cole.
Yeah, but I think
why Morano's gonna come back.
I don't think they could say it though because of the. I think they probably WWE
definition of it.
Yeah, that is true.
It's not a trademark. It's not a trademark thing. Like
yeah. WWE probably has a deal with Burger King though.
Vikings is gonna come out of Jack.
Who does WWE have a deal with? Is it Burger King or is it McDonald's? Like who?
I have no idea who they have.
They've got to deal with somebody.
I don't know why, but I think Circle Debate should really look into a Jack in the Box sponsorship.
That's something we should look into.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'll definitely wear the hat. I'll wear the.
You'll definitely wear the hat. All right, Nia Shayna beating Tamina and Hattie.
Very. Nia Shayna is such a very interesting tag team, and that you kind of know they're gonna win just because because them losing, they're kind of billed as being so strong and invincible. Like Nia's the big one and Shayna's the MMA girl, so can't really take him on. So I'd say that was a little bit of a given, but that entrances were great.
KO beating Sammy, and who got stuttered?
Ooh. Yeah, KO. Especially freaking, Mr. Disrespect Japan decided to come out to the ring and show his face. I'm more, if there's anything, my issue with being cheered or booed, it's probably like the fact that not everybody booed this goofball. Mr. shows up to set on a hoverboard. Jake Paul, if you're watching, it's your old co-star.
There you have it.
Yeah, but KO was Kevin Owens is pretty cool. Once again, it's another somebody from a world of media that I don't care too much for getting a little taste of the. I hope he got some good stiff hits, if anything. Yeah.
Sheamus winning the U.S. title, beating Riddle.
Yeah, Riddle. I've seen I saw a few Riddle suplexes and stuff like that. You know, I always get reminded of like the Von Erichs when I think of like wrestlers that wrestle without shoes, you know, or boots, you know, or even knee pads. Like, geez, you know, I wonder how you put because I know there's a lot of wrestlers that have problems with their knees, but geez, you know, Matt Riddle without the knee pads. But you know, it seemed like about time, you know, for him to drop that belt. So
Apollo Crews being IC beating Big E.
That's a Apollo Crews is a big guy. He's got you know, Big E is a power lifter, but you know, the IC title's got to like elevate some more people. So, you know, make it happen.
Rhea beating Asuka.
Here we go. This is the match that I was looking the most forward to that night. You know, okay, so you guys, I think Chris would have something to say about this because okay, so the person who does the theme for Rhea Ripley, New Year's Day with Ash Costello, if I'm not mistaken, they're from Orange County, California, and they were part of the punk scene here. So it was really surreal seeing Ash Costello come out at like sing and scream at WrestleMania. So this is a local metal punk band from Southern California, from the Orange County scene, performing at the biggest wrestling event in the world. Yeah. So
I was about to say that. Sorry.
Yeah. So I couldn't believe it. Like I was kind of in, and I kind of wish they did something kind of special for Asuka's entrance or something. But like she had a pretty fun entrance match overall. You know, Asuka drops the title to Rhea. I guess it's Rhea's chance to shine on the main roster and have her moment, because Asuka hasn't won at WrestleMania, but she has had matches. So you know,
that's Sasha. They're both the same.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so I'm gonna save the main event for last week. All of us talk about it. Money Mike started off. Randy Fiend.
Very, very, very disappointed with the results. Okay, freaking Seth Rollins couldn't put him down in Hell in a Cell, and you have Alexa Bliss with
coffee streaming down her face.
Maxwell
coffee, drink it. Don't put it on your face.
There you go. You know, and then just one RKO, and that's it. That's all it takes for him to be down for the count. Doesn't add up. Doesn't add up for me. I think a different finish would have been if he had to lose, which he didn't because he was coming back. If he had to lose, I think something a little bit more powerful would have been right for that. But I don't know where they're gonna go with this story of Alexa being her own kind of fiend. And I'll just talk about Raw right now, or I'll just mention the little doll that she presented.
Do it.
That she presented, and I don't know where that's gonna go. But I'll tell you what, I don't care at this point.
There you go.
You know, I'm just being completely honest. And I made a Facebook post saying the Fiend is the best thing in WWE. You know, in wrestling, I would say. And there's so much potential. And I made that post as he was making his entrance because I thought it was just that damn cool. And you know, but we know what happened.
Mm-hmm. So. All right, Nia Shayna.
I do not like Nia Jax. I'll say this. She seems like she smells like feet.
She injures people. Come on,
she injures people.
Yeah.
Yes. So no, thank you. Blah. That's what you get, Nia Jax. Blah. That's all you get from me.
KO, Sami Zayn, and what's his face?
Oh, what's his face? What's his face did not. There needed to be no his face. He did not belong there at all.
That's why I said what's his face, because he doesn't belong there anyways.
Yeah, he doesn't belong there. Just, you know, gets a few more eyeballs on it, I guess. who cares? He got what he deserved. A nice cold stunner. Um, let's see. The match itself, I guess these two always deliver. These two always, who they. It's like they know each other so well, and they. I would imagine that some of the spots that they did probably they've done in local shows or in house shows all along their careers, and they were like, hey, you know what, let's put this in there. And I enjoyed the match. It was cool.
All right, Sheamus Riddle.
Bro.
Bro.
That brogue kick. Brogue kick, right?
That was a shoot kick, by the way. That was not like, you know what I mean? That was a legit kick.
That was awesome. I don't hate Matt Riddle. Or the character, I should say. I don't dislike it. I just think that Vince sees this guy as kind of like the new age RVD, where RVD would always say like, dude, and this and that, and like, whoa.
Surfs up, hang 10.
Up. Yeah.
Radical. Right. Half pipe.
Exactly. And Riddle is now the new RVD. So it's just no discredit to Riddle's in-ring ability or Sheamus. Both guys can go for sure. The match itself was cool. It's just that Riddle's gimmick kind of overshadows these sort of things.
Well, I feel like Vince is kind of making fun of the pothead communities by having a non-pothead, not promoting, obviously marijuana, none of that, because it's a PG product. So might as well have him have under the assumption that he's a airhead, pothead. So that's just, I think, what Vince is throwing out there. That's why he's having him doing this. If you go back to Riddle's prior indie promotions that he had, his promos are very different. He's very more chill, relaxed, and more like I'm gonna whoop your ass type of shit. Yeah, you know what, bro? Yeah, cool, but you know what? I'm still a kick, like more on a serious note. Yeah, right here was a joke. So, but yeah, I agree.
I went back to see some of his UFC interviews just so I could remember what he actually sounds like, and he doesn't sound like that. So
exactly. All right, Apollo, Biggie.
The accent. Oh my gosh, what in the world? It's like I heard it slightly on SmackDown, and I actually thought he had dropped it, but it's in full effect, man. This guy has gone full on Wakanda, and I mean, hey, all credit, I completely understand that his actual family, his father is Nigerian. He is of Nigerian descent, and that he's playing a character. But like I mentioned before, that if this is what it takes for him to get over, cool, okay, good luck to you, Apollo, because the other gimmick was not landing. It was kind of cheesy and reminded me of Rocky Maivia, with the smiling and all that, like overly cheesy baby face. Hopefully this leads to something bigger and better for Apollo.
Yeah,
because he deserves it. He's a great athlete.
Yeah, from the help of his new Commander Sassiz or Severe, whatever the hell he's going to be called that, because they trademarked that recently. So you'll be seeing that name expectation tonight on SmackDown. We'll get an explanation tonight on SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. So you'll see that. And of course, Rhea Asuka.
Yeah, it's the changing of the guard, similar to night one with Bianca and Sasha. This gave me vibes of WrestleMania 21, where Batista and John Cena won their titles respectively, for their brand. This kind of gave me that sort of a vibe. And yeah, I mean, they came out on NXT, raised the belts with Gonzalez, and it's a clear sign that we're moving into a new era. So
I
good
love
luck
it.
to them.
I love it. Yeah, definitely. Now let's touch now the main event of night 2. That is right, the main event. Roman retaining versus Edge and Daniel Bryan. MGC, talk to me, baby. Your thoughts about that event?
I didn't like that double pin, you know, like that double pin, like, even though it's like, you know, it's like, oh, I'm conquering both of them, you know, it's like, I was really cheering for the other two baby faces, for Daniel Bryan and Edge in this one, you know, but I guess like Roman Reigns doing his job as a heel, you know, being a Paul Heyman guy. And, you know,
being a Vinny guy, not even a Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah, being a Vinny, he's a McMahon now, you know, showing being a McMahon guy, showing his thighs, you know.
All I can say is, if you ever seen Dark Side of the Ring, Jimmy Snuka, that explains it all. That's what I have to say about that.
There you go, back to the showing love, protecting the Samoans,
and no pun intended, like hating on the, obviously none of that, but this is pretty much what it is, protecting his asset, pretty much. Money Mike.
Well, first of all, I like that pin. I really, of everything that happened in that match, I really like that pin. As a character, the Roman Reigns character, head of the table, tribal chief, that pin made sense because his by definition, the tribal chief, the all that good stuff, he wants to be number one, top of the mountain, and the only way he could show that is by pinning both at the same time, right? For nobody to say, oh, well, you pinned him but you didn't pin me. No, I pinned both of you. I'm the top guy, you know. So that's kind of how I took it.
Just to end both feuds right away,
right, and give way to something new, which may happen on SmackDown tonight.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, because the looks of it, how it was that 2 changes were made. Room in your window. That the changes was, the one change was, which was the main one was Roman and basically the 2 main belts. Vince decided to go with Lashley. Vince decided to go with Roman. So he decided to go with that. Actually, no, my apologies. No, Vince changed the Fiend and Randy. He went with Randy instead of the Fiend, and he then decided to go with Roman instead of Edge. Edge was supposed to win. Room in your window. But I don't know. It's like I said, room in your window. But I think at the end of the day, he wanted to protect his assets, and he did. He did it. He protected with Randy, protected with Roman.
I will say, I'll say one more thing about Roman, and more of an observation than anything. I found it so interesting that Roman was next to Vince at the very beginning of night 1. Triple H himself was not next to him. Nope. Roman Reigns was next to. He had Stephanie on one side, Roman Reigns on the other side. Shane was a little bit more off that way.
You guys don't think, Mike, you're not getting at what I think you're getting at. It's like the Stephanie McMahon just announced her new marriage to Roman Reigns.
I mean, if I could read Vince McMahon's mind, I'm pretty sure he's had fantasies about that.
He's on point on that.
He's like, I bought the wedding rings for both of you. And I'm like, what? We're still married to our spouses. No, you're married to me now.
You're married to my daughter now. Ha ha.
Turkey mustard sandwiches.
Remember, I like
Golden Era. Golden Era. All healthy food. And don't fart around me. Except me. Only I could fart. And only I could burp. Also, don't sneeze around me. So weird.
All I can say is, I was just so proud of more Tamina and Natty the fact because I'm sorry, I'm going to mention them the fact because it should have been their time, and I wish they could have won a tag team titles because, like I said, it would have changed the course, and not only that, but would have been Natty's first time as a tag team champion and Tamina's first time also winning again.
Any gold.
Well, no, I mean, you're right. She never won a Divas title. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Any gold. That would be something that I kind of wanted to see, but it didn't happen. Overall, I'm happy for Apollo. He's been now a former, now a current. I like what they're going with this. It's about damn time they found something, because if not, his ass would have been in that cut list if they wanted to find no character for him. So I'm happy for him. Sheamus and Riddle, great match. Hard hitting, I'll tell you that. Now let me ask you these questions for you very briefly on this one. Who has the better kick on when it comes to that? Sheamus and Riddle or Adam Cole and Ricochet? You guys remember that, right? Ricochet moonsault, Adam Cole super kick, Ricochet while he was doing the moonsault.
I'm gonna have to go with the Riddle Sheamus one.
MGC, which one you go for? You remember? That was a takeover
with Adam Cole versus
Ricochet for the North American title.
I know that's a big thing. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of Adam Cole's old matches as of lately in Ring of Honor, so I might have to go with Cole on this one just because of that just because of the amount of old Ring of Honor I've been watching lately. So
it's for me, it's a tough one. It's hard for me to decide, but it's hard. I love both of them. Randy Fiend, I don't get it. That's my question mark. We found out on Raw. Why? Ridiculous. I don't even want to know about it. It just sucks. I hope they move forward with it. Not what I mentioned in part one. It should have been Bo, like I said earlier. It should have been a Taker and Kane type of style. Have the Fiend, Fiend's your Taker, Bo is your Kane, and Alexa having her now, how Mike said earlier in part one, like, hey, you have your bodyguard. There you go. You have your own Fiend now you created, like from a doll, like type of style, like a clay, and then it would have grew like a plant, a pot, and then that could have been a storyline, brother versus brother, like something like that would have been very intriguing. But they let him go, so too bad that never happened. What's his face? I didn't give a shit. He shouldn't even belong in the first place. I don't even want to talk about that. He did not even sell the stunner as much as we can because he. Oh, is Mike going to leave? Okay, I gotta go. What's it like a Mike Tyson, little sleep thing? Roman, that one, like I said, he's gonna protect his ass no matter what. So that's Papa Vinny, and yes, Vince loves the family. That's all I can say. I'm not gonna get too deep into that. But yes, we can all agree that night one sold the show, right? I don't think night two didn't do anything.
I was actually going to be at night two, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. So
there you go. So you can say night one sold the show, right?
Yes.
MGC, do you agree with that? Night one sold the show.
No, I actually kind of like night two.
What? What's up with that?
Asuka.
Okay, yeah,
she lost.
I know. I was
even though
that's my girl too, man. But go ahead.
Even though she lost, it's still like she's on there, and that's what I was looking forward to. And also, well, actually, I take that back. Freaking Logan Paul was on night two.
There you go.
I take it back. That guy ruins everything that he's part of. So fuck that guy. That guy should just be in a scat video with only him.
At least give us credit was due. At least Asuka went in there as a champion at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah,
that's one thing I'll give it to. So
carrying that belt to the ring and looking like a champion.
All right. The last topic of the night to go ahead and introduce, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna touch Raw because there's nothing to talk about Raw. All you had to return was the return of the Viking Raiders. I love War Machine, but I'm sorry, man. It just WWE killed it for me when you did that storyline with the Street Profits, that ninja shit. I didn't take you seriously anymore. You guys were incredible at Ring of Honor. You guys killed it. But when that shit happened, you became a joke to me. I love you guys no matter what as ring performers, but your characters, I'm sorry. I'm not happy right now. I'm not happy with that. So the hell with that. There's nothing about Raw. The only thing is, okay, if you're going to have a T-Bar and Mace join the Hurt Business, take off their fucking mask, and let them be themselves. Theo Madden and Dijakovic, and fuck it. I'd rather have that instead of having a Mason T-Bar take away the fucking mask, change the names, put them back into the regular NXT names, and be with her business. I don't mind that. They need big guys. There you go. There's the upgrade. I do not mind it. Do you agree or not, Mike?
Yeah, I agree. You know, I kind of gave my thoughts last week on that, and I don't know. Raw overall has just been unwatchable for a long time, and
yeah,
Matt thinks so.
Yeah, that's why he left.
You know, just the thought of awful Monday Night Wrestling, you know, it makes you want to run away, you know. So I agree with Matt.
Do you agree with Matt to run away? But yeah, and then the new commentary. So now we found out, you know, like
I'm sorry, nope. I do not like that new guy. Nope. I don't know where you come from, sir.
MLB from the MLB Network. He's a sports commentator. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, I don't know what the direction is. To be honest with you, this is what my feeling is. Ever since they put this president guy, kind of changes direction, kind of more telling Vince, I don't know, this guy, whoever this guy name is in WWE, the president, not Tony Khan.
No relation to Tony Khan.
No relation to Tony Khan at all. And this is another Khan. I think this other guy is just trying to like make it like, like a fucking production movie. Like this is what it is, a TV show instead of being a sports entertainment, more straight entertainment instead of being a sports entertainment. That's what it looks like to me. What they're doing. So I don't know. Yeah. No, just letting you know, ladies and gentlemen, we're no longer watching Raw. I am not going to report on WWE either. No,
Main roster
is done here in Circle Debate. This is the last time you'll be hearing about it here in Circle Debate
until they shape things around.
Exactly,
which is a tall order considering everything that's happened in the past few years. Yes. This is nothing new.
Exactly.
It's like next week's episode of Raw. Everyone's a banana. Really?
Everybody goes to the freeway and makes some steaks with Mace while with T-Bar
and
slap nuts getting some nuts. And we don't even know what. And, shucks, they shouldn't have.
It's like Raw Skid Row. We were talking about because you're talking about NXT Skid Row.
No, NXT is better, man. I would just leave NXT out of this. NXT their own separate brand, and now let's head to that final subject. NXT. Now, overall, great opening from Karrion Kross. I love his promo. Enjoyed it. I'm gonna just break it down and I want to hear from everyone. Break down the matches. MSK beating Drake and Killian Dane. We did see the Imperium, so we already know where that's going with. And then we got from there. Who else do we have from there? Mercedes versus Jessica Mia, which was not a bad match. Actually, I actually enjoyed that one. That was not a bad match. See Mercedes calling out, obviously, Raquel. We did see the unexpected one that everybody's like, it went from a 5-year match from Stand and Deliver, becoming the undisputed Cruiserweight champion, now becoming a former Cruiserweight champion. And that is, of course, the time splitter. The time splitter,
Kushida.
That
was so cool.
I was happy too. I ain't gonna lie. I was really happy.
I don't like it when title reigns are too expected. Like when they reign a long time, and it's like okay, he's gonna have a long reign. Blah blah blah. Like if he retained against Kushida, I'd be like, it's business as usual. So that's why I think this was so needed. Very refreshing.
Yes, I agree. And then we did see that segment which you mentioned earlier, Matt. Everybody else, Mike mentioned, all of them came out with their titles, saying, "Hey." But before that, we see the debut finally of Taya Valkyrie, Soy la Güera Loca, of Frankie Monet. And that's
That-
right. Came out with the doggy. And
the dog was just like,
mm-hmm. Definitely.
that's the dog's like, where the hell am I?
Then we see Leon Ruff and Swerve Scott. Swerve get the win, fight him hope, but it looks like the feud is not over yet. I think they should drop that already, but I want to hear your thoughts. I'm just getting to the card. In the main event, obviously, we did see Shotzi Ember and Bronson Reed and Dexter Loomis defeating the way. Of course, we did see Indy Hartwell go with her vato, with her man. And yeah, I mean, I don't know where this is going with. So I want to, MGC, talk to me. I want to break it down for you. I'll break it down for you, but I'm pretty sure I want you to give your overall better. Go right ahead.
Let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you. That's right.
LA Night. Just a little bit of
A
night. Let me talk to you. But Saray, you know, she's there. And let me remind everybody who she was in a mixed tag match with. She was in a mixed tag match with Maki Ito and Aja Kong and somebody else. Oh no, wait. It was probably Ryo Mizunami or somebody like that. It was a big girl team against a small girl team. But sorry, like, you know, representing Sendai, Japan, you know, Sendai girls. Well, let me see if she's really from Sendai, because I know she wrestled for the promotion Sendai Girls. Saray, you know, the names change, but the faces stay the same, you know. Or let me quote Tupac: "Wars come and go, but my soldiers remain eternal," you know. But no, Itabashi, it's part of.
That's us. We're eternal, baby.
Yeah, we're eternal. But Itabashi, it's part of Tokyo, but it's like a suburb of Tokyo is where she's from. Itabashi, Japan. So sorry, you saw a little bit of her, but we're not seeing her until next week. So I'm anticipating that match.
That's right.
You know, but overall, that Kushida match was probably my favorite moment of the night, just because we had a good changing of the guard. Imperium showing up, showing out, and showing the clout. And and who knows, they might take off their boots and make you smell their toes. Who knows? That's talk about an Imperium. That's an Imperium, bro. You know,
that's hey, Imperium.
Imperium, you know, Imperium, you know. Freaking talk about Walter hurt, nah, man.
Oh man, I will not talk about Walter, man. He put a phenomenal match. Mike and I, we already discussed that last week, but damn.
Yeah, you feel those hands, fantastic hands, and where to catch them.
I think you know, you're gonna get these hands should belong to Walter instead of Braun Strowman. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
You get these fingers.
Oh my!
A poke of death. You know.
That.
Yeah. Or no, I got this again.
The golf.
Get these fingers.
Get these fingers. Get these chicken fingers.
Officer Doofy reporting for duty.
Hey, I gotta keep him away from my vacuum cleaner, you know.
Oh my goodness. Money Mike. Talk to me, baby.
I don't even know what to say after bringing up Officer Doofy. NXT. Oh gosh. NXT was a phenomenal show, and okay. I see a bright future for NXT on Tuesdays. Why, you ask? Because they don't have the opposition with Dynamite. They are able to get the full crowd. Impact moved to Thursdays, so they get it all for themselves. So all these storylines that are taking things to the next step, right? You know, the whole Raquel thing, and what's next with Carry On, and Kushida being a new champion. All that stuff is going to carry on, and no pun intended, to the next to the next level, and I look forward to checking it all out.
I'm glad. So that's one thing that we will be discussing here on Circle Debate, ladies and gentlemen. We will just be covering, obviously, whatever we can. But as at this moment, with everything that's happened again in fruition, another cut with WWE main roster. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am going to watch SmackDown later on tonight. I want to see what's the outcome of it. I feel SmackDown is a better roster, obviously, than Raw. We've been discussing about that. Another thing. Another rumor in your window that we will see Aleister Black or some vignettes are going to be coming soon. This is the last time they're going to try to rebuild this character. I don't know what the hell they're going to do, but if it doesn't work out, yeah. Thank you, fuck you, bye. Just get out, man. You just go somewhere else. But the one that we're very intrigued is Los Ingobernables. No pasa nada. That's Andrade. We have to see where he goes. I want to see.
Well, I know where he's going. He's going to the Wrestling Guy store on May 2nd.
There we go.
And we will definitely be there, ladies and gentlemen. We will actually be there.
You'll get the chance to meet the Devious One. You'll get the chance to meet Matt Callis in person. And of course, the director, El Director, Chris Kennedy. You'll get to meet him. And above all else, your eyes will not deceive you. I will be there in person. You will get the distinct honor of meeting me in person.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. Exactly. Don't forget May 2nd. Make sure the description right below the website, the Wrestling Guy Store, audio.com. You will get the links, everything right below the description here on our channel. Make sure you purchase tickets to go see El Ídolo, El Andrade. Make sure. El Andrade synonymous. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in for episode 50. We want to go ahead and thank everyone, all of our viewers and subscribers, and our audio platform subscribers and listeners out there. And thank you so much, everyone from around the world, from Switzerland to Canada to India. Man, I couldn't believe it that we have actually, followers in India for the first time. So, thank you guys very much for all our Spotify listeners and all our Podbeans and Apple Podcasts for listening to Circle Debate. And also want to go ahead and thank everyone for subscribing as well. Keep on supporting. We have more coming up announcements pretty soon. Be expecting a lot of feature things that are coming up. We will have next week. We will have MMA episode coming up because we got to talk about UFC 261, which is coming up. And don't forget to also tune in this Sunday. We will do our top 5, which we did not do this past week because we took a little mini vacation. Well, I did. But because of WrestleMania weeks, I don't want to bother anybody. Everybody wanted to watch Mania, barbecuing, be with the family. So, yeah, we all took a break, so might as well. We are going to finishing off with our top 5 best WrestleMania pay-per-views. Now we're able to include this one if we want to. So there you go. We're able to include this one if we want to. And then you will see we'll see. But yes, then from there we will see the spin the wheel to see what will be the next top 5 after that. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And also, we will have upcoming interviews as well. We have one with, of course, the return of Dustin Starr from Championship Wrestling from Memphis, as we will be discussing the big announcement that he mentioned that a wrestling center that's just opening up right in Memphis. And, of course, Jared Jarrett, the father of Jared Jarrett, will be there with the grand opening. We'll be discussing more about his roster and upcoming the upcoming events that we'll be having pretty soon. So make sure you tune in for that. And also, you can catch us also on April 30th for all SoCal Pro Wrestling fans. We will be at Millennium Pro Wrestling April 30th in Chatsworth. Make sure that you follow MPW Millennium Pro Wrestling. We're going to see Ray Rosas, we're going to see Dan Joseph, and other incredible stars, and we'll be there. We will be there live. We'll be there. Devious One, hopefully MGC, and hopefully the CK1 himself. Money Mike has he has to actually work on the Andrade one, so that's why he will not be there, because he will take care of the Andrade Andrade won, but we will at least be
I
there.
gotta keep Andrade away from my girl because in my eyes he's Mr. Steal Your Girl.
But yes, and the last thing, also shout out to all the League of Extraordinary podcasts, Dirty Hills podcast, Joe Full in the Ring podcast, Rewind, Recap, Relive, That 90s Wrestling podcast, Straight Talk Wrestling podcast, Clark Street Wrestling podcast, Half K, Side Note Suplex, Championship on the Line,
Joseph Montesio.
Joseph Montesio. What's am I missing? Jesus Christ. Countering Out Michael Tyler, especially Good Friends, Better Enemies, Turnbuckle Tavern. Woo! So many more. SCW, Channel, Universal,
Smoking
Channel.
Fire Hamburgers.
I'm mentioning everyone as much as I possibly can. So yes, but I want to go ahead and much love to all of you guys. Thank you very much. And once again, we thank you guys for tuning in to episode 50. Next week, we will be discussing new topics. WWE is obsolete, delete, obsolete, delete, obsolete. Of course, oh yeah, my man Anthony from the Titantron as well. Much love to you, brother. So you might tune into his also as well. He covers a lot out of WWE besides us. But yes, that is gone. So next week, make sure you tune in. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Devious One Ivan C. As Mike and I were celebrating our episode 50, we're loving it. And we're here with Los Calles, con Los Calles. He's El Senor Calles with the shower cap, with the Mad in a Hat. Yeah. Take it away, Matt in the Hat, MGC, Matthew Steamboat, showing the background saying, hey, I want Samoa Joe and Kenny Omega. That's what he wants. And of course, I have
We don't just make podcasts. We make history.
And that is right, ladies and gentlemen. And then also, and of course, how about that? Oh my God, I'm losing my breath because I just got a message. Jesus Christ. And that is a master disaster, the king of Sting, the man with the plan, Money, Mike Lopez. Tell him, Mike, close it out. Let them know.
Thanks everybody for tuning in, for supporting us. 50 episodes and 50 more. I definitely thank everybody for being a part of our journey, of everything that we're doing. Much appreciated. I say gute Nacht, good night, buenas noches. See you
Oyasumi
on the next one.
nasai.